G'day guys, Joel here from Measured Gaming. Today I'm joined by NC Dave. How are you, mate?
I'm really good.
That's great. Nobody cares. Just kidding. We've got a 2,000 point game today of Blood and Glory. We've got my Stormcast Eternals list that I've been running on the channel for a little bit now. This is going to be one of the last bat reps for them, just because just been playing with them a bit, and I've got a tournament for with them next weekend. So after that, they'll probably be shelved again. But Dave, if you want to talk us through your list.
Yeah, so I'm running pretty much the same Skaven list that I did in the last one. Got the battalion, which is the stove and all the rats.
Yep.
I've got my dingaling here, which is my general, Screaming Bell. Got a corruptor, got a priest on foot, and vortex and cogs.
So they're all in a battalion, aren't they?
They are. So yeah, it's a 4-drop.
Lovely. Oh, that beats my 9 drops. Now, how many? You were like 2K, weren't you? So I'm just gonna roll a triumph real quick. 6. That's an extra command point.
There you go.
Lovely. I start the game with 1 CP. Righto. So yeah, Blood and Glory. We're gonna go to deployment, and we've already sort of started, but we'll be back after then. This is what the table looks like after deployment. We've got 80 rats on my right hand side with his stove, the plague furnace.
The stove, yep.
We've got 20 rats with the bell, his priest on foot, corruptor, and then the other 20 over there. Stormcast deployment, 5 Ducators sitting on the left. We've got the Griffhound on this Norhole, Castellant there, Star Draki there, and then the Incanter just in range to unbind these guys if he wants to try and throw the vortex out. And then 5 libs over this side on mystical terrain, and then all this is in the sky. So Azeros Heralder, 5 libs, and then the 6 Desolators up in the sky. So I'm going to tell Dave to fuck off for a second, and I'm going to talk about what I'm thinking is going to happen in this game. Alright. Yeah. So plan of attack is to defend this side at all costs, basically. I reckon, I don't know if he's going to give me first turn or not, but if he does, all this shit here is just going to get peppered with fucking mortal wounds from the Heralder, from the Comet, from the Drax, from Rain of Stars. Should be a good time. I know for a fact he's not going to be able to get the Vortex out, at least on turn 1. Even then, I don't think he's in a good spot to even cast it. So, yeah, I don't know. But I reckon if I deal with the Furnace, it pretty much neuters the battalion bonuses that he gets, which is nice. But I am worried about the Bell, because that thing's pretty fucking good too. But if I can drop one of these, probably going to go for that one. Try and hit those guys real hard, and let Battle Shock try and do the Lord's work. Apart from that, guys, that's pretty simple. Again, simple Stormcast army, simple tactics. Try and play the late game. Try and get up on the attrition game real early, and see how we go. Hand it over to Dave.
All right, gang. Let's talk a little turkey. Tactics. What am I going to do? This is my soft side. So it looks, from the way it's all been deployed, Joel's got his hammer there against mine here. So Clash of the Titans on the left-hand side. What I'm actually going to try and do is I'm going to use these rats to push that into the middle of the table so it has a bigger aura of influence. But I'm also going to use this hero to push these red rats through that Norhole. Pop them up over there. I'm just not sure what turn I'm going to do it in. I don't want him to get across there and cover it, but I think it would be a good way of kind of confining all the combat to this side. If I can take the middle, take that side, hold that, it'll stop him coming for this. So I'm kind of hoping these guys will just be here as enough of a deterrent to think, well, I won't bother sending stuff that way. I've got to take this back. I'm going to give him first go so that hopefully he gets out of, I don't know, so that hopefully he gets out of range. No, actually, I'm going to take first go so that I can try and control the table, and then his dropping out of the cloud will be based on reacting to me rather than setting his own play. So while I don't usually like going first, I think in this case I want to control the table. Since there's no points, it's just about table control. That's the aim anyway. Guess we'll see what happens. All right, wish me luck or don't.
Hey Dave, you drop first. I'm on the piss at midday.
Yep.
Who's going first?
I am.
Cool, man. All right, best of luck.
Watch out, I got the blood.
Yeah, it's
you got
all
the
good.
glory? No, I got half the equation already.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back before Dave's charges. End of Dave's turn. What happened, Dave? You rolled a 6 on the bell.
No, I am gonna charge over there.
Oh, okay. Well,
So let's
just do it on camera. Yeah, do it on camera.
So they're getting +3 to whatever this is.
Cool. So you need a 6, which you get.
Yep.
Cool. All right, so they're charging.
They're charging in. So we'll have combat over there, but
Yep.
otherwise that's...
apart from that, so you just basically moved up. You push this guy in the middle of the table with that dude.
Yep.
You got cogs up, turned it to speed, obviously.
Yep.
You got a couple of prayers off. Who cares? And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna try and engage you over there.
Yeah.
So
Well, they're gonna fuck my day. So anyway, all right, we'll be back after that combat. So end of the turn. Killed the Judicators quite easily. So going to Stormcast 10-1 now.
let's do it.
Lovely. So just before I do some charges, firstly, I got the common off.
Yep.
Came down here. It did 3 mortals to the Plague Priest. Did 3 mortals to the Bell. Killed off 2, I think, of them.
Yep.
Killed off a couple of purples. It did some damage to this guy. It went off its guts. Then what else in the hero phase? Star Drake's Lanterned. And then movement phase, I dropped down the 6 Drax, dropped down the Heralder, and I left 5 Libs up in the sky for now. The Azeros is down here too, just providing real ones to hit against these 3 units. And Drake's moved up. These guys down here, they shot. The Furnace has now taken 8 wounds in total. Mm-hmm. The Plague Priest is dead. A couple of rats have died, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go into some charges. I've got a couple of key charges here. We'll see what happens. End of my turn. These guys, even with +2 and a reroll, they managed to fail their charge. The Star Drake went in, got 4 wounds past his save, and I rolled 4 1s on the D3 damage with his weapons. He ate 3 rats. The rats then piled in. Basically, after all this combat, the Star Drake's only taken 1 wound. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll for priority and see what happens. I get a 1, Dave gets a 2.
I'll be taking the turn.
You'll be taking the turn, no worries. I will explode the comet. Just before Dave does some charges, what has he done? He failed to cast the Vortex. He failed to cast Death Frenzy. Thank you, Star Drake. The Furnace, he retreated out of combat just because he's not doing anything. He's already taken 10. Over here, he jumped through the gnaw holes with his Corruptor, looking at the Castellan / Azeros, which is kind of a misplay by me, leaving that free. I had no business removing that fucking Griffhound from it. But this thing, it rolled a 9 and it did a couple of splash mortals to pretty much everything of my army. And that's it, isn't it? So we're going to go into charges and see what happens. End of Dave's turn. He got this charge with a reroll, CP. He then killed the Castellan and the Incanter with his Sword of Judgment bullshit. And then the Griffhound did a wound to him and then pissed off over here. And then the Drakos turned around and did, 5 wounds in total to him? Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Oh, the Star Drake, he basically healed a wound or 2, killed some more rats.
And a fart.
And then a fart from the Corruptor at the end of combat did 3 mortals at the end, so finishing off 1 Drak. I'm going to go into Stormcast turn 2 now and see what happens. Okay, just before I do some charges, what happens? I've got no hero phase shenanigans anymore. So Star Drake, I tooted him with the Herald up. He retreated. He then did 6 mortals to them with his Rolling Thunderhead. These guys then shot the Corruptor off the table. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to go into charges and see what we can do. End of Stormcast turn 2. So we charged these guys in, killed the Furnace, then killed 13 Plague Monks, I think it was.
Yep.
Yeah, there's been a lot of references to 13 in this game, hasn't
So
there?
many 13s.
So that's 4 left, and then they turned around and killed a fucking Dracoth, apparently. Because that's what Plague Monks do. I guess they've still got their buffs up.
They are, yeah. They've still got their prayers up. So, yeah.
And then this guy, he ate the banner, so they're no longer doing mortal wounds. Piled into this guy. I mean, he did a single fucking wound, and then took like 5 in return. And we're going to roll for priority for turn 3. So no clear winner at this stage. Right, I get a 6. Thank fuck, I'll take the double. Just before I do some charges. Fuck, this turn's frustrating me. So what did we do? No hero phase. We tooted that piece of terrain and killed 2 or 3 of them. Over here, we brought down the Liberators. The Star Drake, Rain of Stars, clipping pretty much everything except for that unit. So it was 3 here, it was 1 there, it was a couple over there. And then they shot, killed 2 of them. Yeah! He Rain of Stars, killed 1 of them.
Yeah.
Just unfucking believable. I've got nothing else in my arsenal to actually deal with that guy. So these guys are stuck in combat with 1 fucking Plague Bearer.
Little Boris here, he's doing a good job.
Yeah. We're going to go into some charges and we'll be back. So end of my turn. Liberators failed their charge, which is fine. Star Drake, I think, did like a wound to him or 2 maybe. Then Star Drake took a wound back in the process. Over here though, still managed to get 2 of these guys to pile in around into the purple unit, and they killed 19 of them by themselves, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So so what's that? Oh, they just disappear, don't they?
They're just going to run away.
They just run away? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah.
Nice. That's great. Well done. Thank you.
So their objective's now mine. I capped that, and I've got this one. So we're currently holding 2 each. So we've still got 2 turns of this game to go, don't we?
Yeah.
2.5, because you've still got to have a turn 3.
That's it.
All right, let's see what you can do, mate. So end of NC Dave's turn. He's consolidated these guys back onto mystical terrain. He's just sort of ran these guys around and reshuffled them. This guy in the hero phase did nothing. He did 4 wounds to the Star Drake though, with the ogre on the back, and then he then took 2 in return.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into a priority roll. These guys can't fail battle shock. He killed 1 of those with the Book of Woes. Priority roll. I win ties. I get a 5. Dave gets a 3. So I'll take the turn. End of Stormcast turn 4. Star Drake. He got tooted and then made a charge into these Plague Monks over here. The Plague Monks then decided to kill him. Which is fine. There's 1 left after Battle Shock. Over here, so these guys charged into the bell, killed it after shooting it. These libs just sort of moved up to chill. And we're going to go into Pestilence turn 5. Or Skaven
my turn 4.
Turn 4, rather, yeah.
My turn 4.
Your turn 4, all right. Skaven turn 4. What has happened? So, over here, basically.
Death to the Liberators.
He killed the libs that were there.
Yeah. I wanted to charge here.
Yeah.
Didn't get it.
Didn't quite get it. You only rolled a 4. You needed an 8. We're going to go into the last turn of the game. Priority roll. I get a 1. Fuck. Roll a 1. You roll a 4. You can take the turn if you want to.
Yes!
You can try and do something.
Yeah, well, I'll try and hold you to a minor.
I'm still getting a major if I get 1 of yours over here.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
So, what's the verdict here, mate?
What, going into turn? No, it's
going to. That was your turn 5.
That was my turn. Yeah.
So, what did Dave do? He charged over here into the Gryph-hound.
Yeah.
Failed to kill the Gryph-hound. He's got 1 wound left.
Yeah.
Right. The Griffhound then killed him.
Yeah.
And then moved his 6 inches onto this objective.
Yeah.
Over here, you killed 1.
Yeah, you killed 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you killed a guy who was on like 4 wounds.
Yeah. Yeah. So pretty much in your turn, all you've got to do is retreat out and get within 6 of this.
Well, they're going to run to battle shock anyway.
Yeah, they are. So you've got.
Yeah, I just auto run 16.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it gets me within 22.
Yeah. So that's that.
Yep. Cool. Good game, my friend.
Good game. Thank you.
Major victory to the Stormcast. What a fucking grind that was. That was really good. I really enjoyed that.
I think that was. Yep. That was a really good. That was a tough game.
Yeah. I get this when I'm in tense games. I get like real fucking fluttered and frustrated.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was like. Sort of turn 2, turn 3.
Yeah.
Sweating. When you got that priority for turn 2, I was like, oh fuck, here we go.
Didn't get the vortex on the table all game.
Yeah,
that was my magic rolling was pretty shit.
Yeah.
I was lucky to get rid of your incanter, and I thought, yeah, that's given. That's
now the vortex is going down.
But it just didn't. Yeah, look, eventually killed the Star Drake, but it chewed through.
It did. It's what it needed to do prior to dying. Going over here was just a Hail Mary, really.
That's it, but it's fine. Look, for the most part, it held up. I rolled excellent with saves, but I rolled shit with magic.
Yeah.
Which balanced it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy with how it performed anyway.
Yeah.
It was a tight match.
It was very tight. Yeah. No, I'm happy with how my list performed as well. I don't think there was any sort of stupid rolling except for these Griffhounds who just rolled 2 6s to hit and 2 6s to win.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
But yeah, when you got like a 2-up save re-rolling 1s, it's sort of hard to say that's fucked because you're just rolling dice at the end of the day.
Exactly right. No, look, I think the Skaven was still able to put out a significant amount of damage. I mean, you've got 5 Dracoths. How many did you bring? You brought a 6?
Yeah, there's 6.
Yeah, so 3 dead.
And 1 with
Star
2
Drake dead that's near impossible to kill.
Well, on these batrep, I'm pretty sure that's the first time that he's died.
Yeah. Your Judicators, your Liberators are gone. Your other heroes are gone. Your other heroes are pretty mortally wounded. So
I was actually getting a bit worried when you kill these Judicators from the North. I was like, oh fuck, what have I done?
Yeah, well that was good. I mean, I was able to put the Vermin Lord through and attack up the back.
Yeah, that was
put
smart.
a unit through and steal that really early.
I wasn't expecting that. I obviously I know how Norholes work, but I just wasn't. I was expecting you to run up the guts here to the Star Drake, who was sort of in this area. So he just had like a clean run into him.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it though because your Star Drake's so hard to.
Yeah, like last game, he punched the Star Drake off in a turn, so that's why I was just sort of expecting that almost. Yeah,
but he's a different build this time, so I didn't want to put my Vermin Lord against him. I wanted to get my Vermin Lord into your softer guys.
Ignax Scales is a pretty big deterrent for sort of judgment wielders. That's for sure.
A great matchup. I think there were a couple of pivotal moments in that game when it could have swung in my direction.
100%.
Because it still ended up being pretty tight in the end now. I mean, we're in turn 5. So
that's true.
It's not a turn 2 pasting by any measure. So I'm still really happy with my rat list.
Now, more I play this Stormcast army, the happier I'm with it as well. I was toying with changes, shifting 100 or 200 here or there, but it just didn't have the same feel to it. So everything sort of got a purpose here, and I really enjoy it.
No, I think the combination of your heroes...
Azeros worth his weight in gold, 100 points, absolute bargain, army-wide rerolls, like for combat as well, makes these guys so much more killy.
And your Drake being neg 1 to my magic in the middle there, I was rolling well below average for the magic and that extra neg 1.
There's like, you've basically just rolled a 2 on everything. So
pretty much. So.
That's the Star Drake. That's another underrated sort of ability. I still don't think that they're worth the 460 points, but they still have a lot of utility for that price.
This game again, another time, Warp Vortex goes off. Looks a little bit different by this point in the game. But
Yeah, look,
it's still very tight.
These two dead. Probably lose at least another one there.
of them, I think.
Yeah.
And a fair chance of these guys not.
No, they wouldn't have been moving up into the vortex range. So
no, but you know, your Comet did the job early on.
Yep.
The couple of times I rolled 8s or 9s with the bell, and it did its D3 mortals across the table. The last time it did it, I rolled a 1 for everything.
Yeah. Hey, but at least you were doing those 1 mortals here and there. Like,
yeah, that's right. The list does still chip away. It's capable of chipping away better than what it did in today's match. So I think, I'm still really happy with it. I still think it's a really good matchup. Yeah.
No. All right, mate. Well, might leave it there. Good going, Stormcast.
Well done.
And hopefully you guys won't have to see this army in the batrep anymore, just because as I said at the start of the video, I think I am taking this to just a 1-dayer, so just getting in some practice games with it. We'll be going back to probably Beast of Chaos after this.
Cool. I'm pretty sure we've got a final game we've got to play between Legion of Grief and Beast of Chaos.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we're 1 each in the series.
Yeah, so, we are. Yep.
I've got to paint some dread sites before we do that, but we'll bring Legion of Grief back out and
might actually be able to get some 2 fully painted armies on the table with some fully painted terrain as well for once.
And you'll get to play against grave sites that are actually operating properly.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good. Alrighty. All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks again, Dave. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch us next time.
Thanks, guys.